All right, ready. Hi, Ellie. Oh, thank you so much for taking the time out to speak with us today and welcome us here to your beautiful home, which is also the Gentle Barn. And Ellie Lax is the founder of Gentle Barn, as many of you might know. We just want to ask a few questions today. The first being the hardest one, I'm sure, to answer is, what is the cutest animal in the animal kingdom?
The cutest animal in the animal kingdom is whatever animal is in front of me. So right now, Rebecca is the cutest animal in the animal kingdom.
I could not imagine a more perfect answer than that. We couldn't have planned it. I think that's a best answer ever. How about your favorite memory at the Gentle Barn? I imagine there's tons, and this might be hard to answer too, but
God, I have so many incredible memories over the last 23 years of the Gentle Barn. We've been so many places and we've done such extraordinary things.
Right.
But if I had to pick one, honestly, it was in the very beginning when the Gentle Barn was in my little half-acre backyard, and I got to feed the animals and groom the animals and water the animals and clean the yard and host every single group. And while I was doing that, I was like, oh, we got to grow. I want to be national. I want to have hundreds of animals and get in front of millions of people. And now we're national and we're in front of millions of people. And I'm like, oh, I miss when I got to feed the animals myself and do everything myself. It was so sweet where I had this very intimate relationship with the animals in their world on a daily basis. So those were good times.
What a beautiful, beautiful memory. So starting in Santa Clarita and then you expanded, what made you choose the locations you're now in Missouri and also Tennessee and New York upcoming?
Those locations chose us.
Really?
So we always wanted to go national, but we didn't really know where. We would have big board meetings like, oh, let's go to Chicago and New York, like the biggest places. And then we got a call from someone in Tennessee that knew a cow that lost his foot.
Wow.
He was hobbling around on 3 legs. Nobody could help him. She had made 200 phone calls. Nobody was coming. And she called us.
Wow.
And co-founder of the Gentle Barn, Jay, he found one of the leading bovine surgeons right in Tennessee.
Oh my God.
He found a company to make the cow a prosthetic foot. And off we went to Tennessee to save Dudley. And once Dudley was finally discharged from the hospital, we toyed with the idea of bringing him to the Gentle Barn in California, but it was a very long trip. And we opened a Gentle Barn for him. And then the same thing in Missouri. Those 6 cows escaped a slaughterhouse and were running through the streets of St. Louis.
Yes.
By the end of the day, they rounded them up and sent them back to the slaughterhouse. But by then, people nationwide wanted them to live. They coerced the slaughterhouse to give them to a sanctuary and even raised their freedom money. And off Jay went on a red eye to stop them from slaughter.
Oh my God.
Purchase their freedom, bring them to a hospital to get healed.
So beautiful.
Then to a foster home. And then we opened a Gentle Barn for them.
Oh, amazing.
New York is a little different. New York, we always wanted to go and help the carriage horses. And then last summer, when Ryder collapsed in the streets of Manhattan and was later euthanized, after decades of this happening, Jay and I just was like, enough is enough. We need to go help those carriage horses. We need to make this madness stop.
So those carriage horses are the ones that take people around the city and do like date night kind of thing, but you don't really hear anything much about how they're treated. But to hear your take on it, I never thought about that. But.
You know, in my naivete, I always thought that, like, you know, maybe they pull a few hours and then they go back to their green pasture with their friends. Why is it so horrible? But after extensive research that Jay and I did, it turns out that there is no green pasture, there is no friends. They are either tethered to a carriage pulling in the concrete streets, or they are tethered to a wall in a concrete building.
Oh my God.
When they get injured or too old to pull, they're sent to slaughter. There's no retirement, there's no recovery, there's no decency, and it's just not okay.
Wow, wow. We wish you all the best and hope we can support you along the way.
Thank you.
So beautiful. So hopefully that's the fall, maybe winter time opening, New York?
Yeah, we've extended the opening till November.
Oh, okay.
So
Wow.
we've got some more fundraising to do, and then we've got some building of the property to do in preparation for our animals. But it's going to be beautiful, and it's going to impact the lives of so many horses and so many people, because the people of New York don't like these carriages. They think that it's cruel.
Right.
They would never ride on them. It's really just for the tourists.
Yes.
And I think the tourists can be just as delighted for a ride around Central Park in an electric carriage.
Totally. And just in time for gentle Thanksgiving, maybe.
Absolutely.
Opening, right?
Yes.
Awesome. Okay. So we known each other going over a decade, and I can't tell you not only what you've done for us as a company, but also for our staff and employees, just being able to come here and have in this safe haven and just what feels like heaven to visit, and your relationship with us, you and Jay, and all your staff at the Gentle Barn. But is there a way that we've kind of returned the favor, or maybe you could tell us in your own words what our product has done for Gentle Barn?
I think I can fill books about what Sun Chlorella has done for the Gentle Barn.
Amazing.
Our journey with Sun Chlorella started when we were on a 3-day road trip in an RV to South Dakota to build a house for a medicine woman that lived on the Lakota Native American land.
Wow.
And when we got there, we discovered a lot of puppies that were running all over the place that had parvo. They were very, very, very sick.
Okay, yes.
And we ended up taking 3 of them home with us. We were in the middle of absolutely nowhere with 3 dying puppies. As a matter of fact, one of them was so sick that he couldn't even lift his head up off the ground. And we were in the middle of nowhere.
Oh my God.
And so all I had with me was Sun Chlorella. And so, not wanting to just sit back and watch this puppy die, or all of the puppies die, I said, well, for the duration of our trip, every 30 minutes, I'm going to put Sun Chlorella down his throat. It's all I had. 3 days later, by the time we reached home, that puppy was alive and well, symptom-free. Sun Chlorella saved his life.
Wow.
And the others. I keep talking about the one because he was the sickest. But the other 2 had parvo too. We gave Sun Chlorella down their throat every 30 minutes, and by the time we arrived home, there was absolutely nothing wrong with them.
Incredible.
And we kept one, and the other 2 got adopted into a beautiful, beautiful home. And our relationship was very new then, so I wasn't sure what Sun Chlorella did. By the time I got home, not only were the puppies saved, but I was like, okay, you have my attention.
I got it. I'm getting it now.
And then over the years, I mean, my God, we've had animals that we've rescued being born at the slaughterhouse come in with pneumonia. I mean, extreme pneumonia, high fevers, very, 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 very sick. And there's so many other sanctuaries that do these types of rescues. And when talking to them, they always kind of let me know, like, you just have to be prepared that they're going to die. And the animals don't die at the Gentle Barn. And I think the difference is Sun Chlorella. The other benefit that Sun Chlorella does for us is a lot of times we get animals that are terrified of humans. So in order to kind of manipulate their bodies, hold them still, and be invasive with a vet exam and vet treatment, maybe would get the job done health-wise, but we would never have their trust ever again.
Wow.
We can put Sun Chlorella in these new animals' waters, not put a hand on them, and simultaneously save them physically and earn their trust emotionally.
It's incredible.
We rescue countless orphan animals, and orphan animals, they don't have a mom, they're already sick, there really is no reason for them to live. And we put Sun Chlorella in their bottles. It boosts their immune system. It helps them feel better. And they live, they survive. The other thing that Sun Chlorella does for us is, you know, there's certain projected lifespans for animals, right? Like, for example, goats and sheep are supposed to live 8 years. And the animals at the Gentle Barn live way past their life expectancy. And I happen to believe it's because they get Sun Chlorella every single day.
Wow, thank you.
And then I told you I could fill books. The last thing I want to say about Sun Chlorella is that it's not just the animals they're saving, healing, and allowing them to live these crazy long lives. But we take Sun Chlorella also. And there are so many times where we have to wake up very early in the morning, go to bed very, very late at night. There are days, if we have a birth or a dangerous rescue, where we're up countless nights in a row. And I mean, you know, I'm getting older. And I think the reason I get to wake up with a smile on my face and have energy all day long and be able to be up all night if I have to is because of Sun Chlorella.
And you really feel it coming off of you, this kind of glow, and I don't know, yeah. So I mean,
I call it the sun chlorella glow.
It's bursting out of you. And you, Rebecca, too.
And you know, we put sun chlorella in the chickens and turkeys' waters. We put sun chlorella in the horses, cows, goats, and sheep grain. We put it in the pig food. We give it to the goats and sheep and dogs with the Rejuva wafers, and we put it in the baby animals' bottles. So everyone gets it. And of course, you know, us humans take it in tablet form.
Yes.
And I don't know, I can't imagine and don't even want to imagine a life at the Gentle Barn without sun chlorella.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm gonna start crying right now. No, really, thank you, Ellie. Thank you.
You know, the other thing is we not only are here at California, you know, we're in other states.
Yes,
we've done rescues in South Carolina. We've had horses hospitalized in Kentucky. Jay drove up to Northern California to save a horse that was grossly abused. And just knowing that no matter where we are and what circumstance we're facing, we can call you and you will send us sun chlorella to whatever hospital we're in. The comfort of that, the caring of that, the knowing that when we're in our darkest moments fighting to save a life, that we have you to support us.
Thank you.
It means everything.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And I think it would be, or part of the company value too is like we have this thing that can help people, any humans, animals alike, you know, anything that's living, plants. So how could we just hold it and not share it? You know, that's part of our mission too, is to share chlorella with the world. So I mean, us being able to do that for you, for the everything, is everything to us. It means everything to us, and we're just so incredibly grateful. We so admire everything that you're doing. And with that said, you know, you talked about like your favorite memory and being able to care for the animals yourself, and but I imagine you're constantly being pulled in 700 different directions, right? And we see it even when you come in, the animal's just like, mom, constant tugging. You know, and your mother also, your wife, your daughter, all of these things. Who takes care of Ellie?
You know, I think the Gentle Barn is a very special thing because while I'm working so hard to take care of everyone else is taking care of me. You know, Jay, co-founder of the Gentle Barn, he's so good to me. The animals with their love, the way they look at me, the way that they make me feel like I'm doing something right, they take care of me. My staff, my volunteers, our visitors, our donors, our board of directors. The list is endless of the huge village that we've built, of people that are supporting me and Jay while we are doing our work to save animals that in turn lift us up when we're down.
I see. That you get it back from them, so it like replenishes, refuels their eyes to you. Yeah, I can only imagine.
And sun chlorella. I'm going to live forever. So
I know. When we talk about it, it's like, oh yeah, we work for the company where we are biased to some degree, but hearing it from you, it's like I'm hearing about a product the first time. So it like makes me want to go take it.
Yeah, should take
amazing.
it.
I know. I probably should.
You know, the other exciting thing about our relationship with sun chlorella is that it's always in our narrative. You know, I talked about it in my book, My Gentle Barn. We talk about it with our guests every Sunday. We're followed by all of the sanctuaries in the world. They're all following to see what we're up to. And now we have sanctuaries calling us, hey, we've got this sick cow, we've got this sick pig, what should we do? And we're saying sun chlorella. You know, I'm an animal communicator and I talk to clients every single day around the world and they're saying, oh, my animal's old, my animal's sick, what do we do? Sun chlorella. So you're sharing it with us. It's resuscitating all of the animals and ourselves, and then we get to share it with other people so those animals are healthier.
And vice versa. I haven't probably told you, but so many customers or people we meet in trade shows and all over are like, wait a second, you give Gentle Barn gives your product to the animals. You have a human product? Yes, we do. So I mean, it's also in return it's a full circle. Comes straight back. So I just can't thank you enough. Really, I know you've probably shared, and many people have probably heard your childhood story, And if they read your book, if you haven't, please do that. But when you're a little girl, could you take us back to what the Gentle Barn is today and how you, I guess I shouldn't tell the story, but you're in your, when you were little and bringing animals home, could you just tell us that story again?
Sure.
Just love it.
So when I was little, I wanted to be with animals every spare second. And I was lucky enough to be raised on the East Coast, so there's always lakes and woods by my house. And the minute school was over, the shoes would come off, the hair would go down, and I would race into the woods or the lakes to be with animals. And every once in a while, I would find animals that were broken or injured, and I'd bring them home. And my parents were horrified. My poor mom was doing her best to take care of 3 kids. She didn't need the animals that we were bringing home also. And, she would rehome them, and she would say, Ellie, when you grow up, you can have as many animals as you want. So now I have 200 animals. When I was 7, I always would tell people, when I grow up, I'm going to have a big place full of animals, and I'm going to show the world how beautiful they are. I don't think I dreamed that it would be this big.
Wow.
3 states,
Yes,
200
yes.
animals,
All
50
right.
employees, thousands of volunteers. To date, over the last 23 years, we've hosted 750,000 people.
Wow.
But I think that's thanks a lot to Jay, just taking my dream and making it as big and powerful as it possibly could be.
Right.
But yeah, looking back at that little crazy, wild 7-year-old.
And has your mom come and seen, what did she say, like when she came out or saw the Gentle Barn the first time?
My mom still likes to say, remember when I used to tell you that you could have as many animals as you want when you grow up? And then Jay goes, yeah, thanks a lot.
So true.
But the truth is that I think that we're all born knowing who we are and why we've come.
Yeah.
And then we get lost and we forget and we kind of we have to pay the bills, and so we get kind of caught in jobs that maybe are less fulfilling.
Yes.
But I think when any of us want to search for why we've come, we just need to look back in childhood and see what we were doing.
Yes,
and
yes,
for me, it was always about animals. It was always about nature. It was always them helping me feel lovable and wanted, and me helping them if I found them injured or lost.
Wow.
And getting to do this now and impact the lives of animals and humans and have the support of companies like you that help us do it. I mean, it's a bigger dream than I ever dreamed, and I'm grateful for every single solitary day I get to wake up and do this work.
Oh, thank you. We are so grateful too, and just enamored by what you've done and what you continue to do, and I hope we have many more decades together.
Yes, please don't ever leave us. We need you forever.
Never.
Really, just everyone at Sun Chlorella, everyone that takes a part in that company, thank you so much for everything that you do for our animals in this organization every single day. And really, anyone in your company that's having a hard time, if you want to just bring the staff, if you want to bring the whole company, if you want to just open our doors to people that might be having a hard time, the Gentle Barn is always open to you.
Yeah, no, and I thought about that. Just being here this morning is so healing. I could just to be able to come even a couple hours and be around the animals and feel their calm and their energy and the outdoors and nature, and it's heaven on earth you've created. So
well, I mean, this is a sanctuary for anyone that sets foot on this land. So take advantage.
Yes, we will.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Ellie. It's been such an honor. Thank you.
Thank
you so much. I'm sure anyone who may have heard about the Gentle Barn, as many millions have, but if they want to come, open to the public Sundays from 10 to 2, Santa Clarita location, Missouri, also Tennessee. Please go find your local Gentle Barn and do what you can. Come volunteer. This is just a day of joy and being around the animals. You can do your part to help out with their cause, and ours, try some Sun Chlorella while you're here. Give Sun Chlorella to the animals, as we just got to do, which was an incredible experience. My cheeks hurt from smiling so much, but that's the least of it. Just thank you so much, Ellie, again. Thank you. Sorry. Thank you. Thank you for everything.
Thank you for
Thank
everything.
You. Thank you. Thank you.